Hi and welcome to a Hidden London Hangout with a difference from my lounge, the set of the Hidden London Hangouts. As you can see, I really do have moquette cushions. I really do have a Hidden London roundel, and yes, it's absolutely real. This week, instead of giving you nothing on our little holiday, because we've had a bit of a grueling schedule for well over a year of filming these Hangouts, we thought we'd give you an idea of what our Patreons get when they sign up. They get an episode of the Hidden London Hang-Ups, which is a bit like the late night episode of the Hidden London Hangouts. And this is what they got when we went to Notting Hill Gate. Enjoy. Hello, Patreons. Welcome to another episode of the Hidden London Hang Up. Just for you, great stuff that we couldn't squeeze into the Hangouts, which is exclusively for your viewing and oral pleasure. Aural, A-U-R-A-L, pleasure. It is a real word. I'm just never really very good at saying it.
Eat these episodes, can you?
Awful, oral.
Is it
Aural.
Oral.
It's a homophone, isn't it? They sound the same.
Is it really?
It's a homophone, okay.
Yep. So we've got, the four of us are lined up. Chris is here for our aural pleasure.
Hello, I'm sporting a Euston mug because I guess subliminally because Siddy and I are working on the new Euston virtual tour at the moment.
Fabulous stuff. So am I. I've got a coffee in this. This is instant though today. It's not even brewed. Siddy, gorgeous girl, you're there.
I am. I'm wearing blue for Euston, I guess. Very fun episode this week, I thought. Love Notting Hill.
Great stuff. And an homage to Chris's Hugh Grant impression. Forgot his name.
Oh, yes.
That's showbiz.
Oh, gosh.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Laura's here as well. All right, gorgeous.
Oh, thanks. Laura's here as well.
Gorgeous. Well, you couldn't make it to the station, could you?
She came along too.
You'd have a word with your agent about that, Laura.
Oh, she's rocked up and all.
The best thing was when we were online before, Chris and I were just marginally the kind of like online a bit earlier. And because I hadn't been on the site visit, I was just like, right, I'm just going to like tap Chris's brain up for a bit of information. And, you can do like a film synopsis in, 10 seconds and he just bleats through kind of what it's about. And I said, so what we're looking at, Chris, it's basically a cut and cover and then a lot of redevelopment. And he went, very concise, Law. Yeah, that's it. Episode in a nutshell. I thought that was quite funny.
And what we'll do is string it out on the internet for an hour. It's going to be great.
It was like, how do we do that? A bit more to it, Law. A bit more to it.
It's lovely. It's lovely. It's such a cosy place to be, this Hidden London Hangout. And thanks very much for coughing up and supporting the museum in the way that you do. We've got a bit of extra stuff about Notting Hill. We've got about 7 or 8 pictures, which give us something to chat about. And Chris, it kicks off with a joyous photo of the platforms on what were the Metropolitan Railway, which now are the Circle and District line, but plenty of posters there.
Yeah, we always love picking through these, don't we? So let's have a dig and see what we've got. Start with an excellent moustache work over there.
Wow, look at that. Prime Minister to employers. There's a nice drawing there, Sids. One of yours,
yeah. Yeah, it certainly does inspire confidence.
Doesn't it just? And the Daily Herald there with a big, was it a cock on there? What's that? To the right.
Oh, yeah.
What's amazing about this is that the child's nappy has, I thought it was roundels, but it's not.
There's a new line for the museum shop.
Look at what's underneath it, though. It's our old friend, Emu Wine. This time, Burgundy.
Emu Burgundy. That's great.
Never did figure out which part of the emu they obtain it from.
What are they all travel posters, that medley on the left?
Let's just see how far we can
Holiday
get.
camps.
The middle banner is someone playing cricket, so that's Lords.
Yeah.
Holiday camps. It must be coming up to spring or summer, maybe.
Yeah. Furniture shops, Allsop and Co. There was a piano place, weren't there? Kramer's Pianos.
Look at that. The Rotters is playing at Kingsway.
The Rotters. Joseph Coyne of the Gaiety Theatre.
So yeah, and Wright's coal tar soap, which always sounds incredibly unpleasant to me, but I know it's supposed to be good for you.
It would be.
Oh, guys, we could go to the Promenade concerts though. That sounds rather Lovely.
Sounds lovely, doesn't it? And of course, in the course of our discussions about Notting Hill, Chris, we were talking about the delights and joys of the station being modified and rebuilt. And of course, the poster department came to the rescue, didn't they? As they invariably do. Look at that. It's lovely, isn't it?
I have a copy of this myself that I bought last year. I bought it just because I really like that cutaway diagram up at the top. So it's a different variant of the yellow one that we saw in the main show.
Isn't that interesting as well? I just twigged, sorry, the slight pause there as my brain was slowly clocking on. The design of that map, that gut diagram or belly, what do they call it?
Stomach diagram.
Stomach, that's the one. I knew it was something to do with that. And in the arrow, as we've discussed before, and Laura spotted the arrow of progress, but also that was the poster was made for the Diamond Jubilee of the Central Line, which I never twigged that.
Yeah, and the other thing in that, of course, is that it's referencing that there's an exhibition at Charing Cross, which at that time was in Embankment Station. And the ticket hall at Embankment Station was built very large, and so it was utterly routine for the Underground to put on exhibitions there about, well, anything really. They even had a Daisy the cow in there to do a milk marketing board.
Pull on the teats.
Sorry?
Oh, Grundy.
Pull on the teats.
Oh, yes, indeed. I don't think they did a milking demonstration in there.
Good
History
work.
does not record.
No. Laura,
Have you ever done that, Alex? Have you ever milked a cow?
not knowingly.
It's quite
I don't think you can do it unknowingly.
Well, I don't know. Some of my nights out, I think a lot of things have happened unknowingly. Laura, the one thing I would say, Laura, about this poster, just to bring it back and away from my nights out, is a very, very modern poster of the era, very sharp lines of colour, but the typeface of exhibition and Diamond Jubilee, it just seems to be sort of incongruous with the rest of the design.
Do you know what? That's so crazy.
We share a brain.
We do. I was just about to see if any of you knew what font or typeface Diamond Jubilee and Exhibition was, because it didn't match with Central Line and then the blue type underneath. And I just wondered if there was a reason that font was or typeface was different.
Like the Wild West, isn't it? It's like barn doors.
Yeah, it is a little bit. It is.
If you'd like me to take this one, during this era, you've got the British Transport Commission, and a lot of the posters during this era have that typeface. It's almost kind of like the Wild West, isn't it? So a lot of the posters during this era are characterized by that being used for the headline typeface. I actually don't know what it's called off the top of my head, but it's you will see during those decades there's a lot like that. I don't really like it, if I'm honest. I like the rest of the poster, but
I do. I'm the same. If any of you patrons wants to go into Microsoft Word and go to the font list and let us know what it's called now, it'd be very, very handy, because we just won't ever use it. We don't like it. But beautiful little poster. And then
it's got sort of like a Wild West vibe to it, doesn't it?
Is anybody listening to anything we're all saying?
Alex did say that quite
literally, Laura and I said this about 3 minutes ago. It's like, can I just say, by the way, I think that looks like the Wild West.
We've all said it now. That's the important thing.
Oh my God.
It's
Sorry,
like a wave of noise that goes
I
through.
zoned out for a second.
Yeah, every now and again. I think it's really
when you
important
watch
to
this back,
demonstrate
it's going to
that
be
these
literally
things
the
are
tidal waves of Wild West. It's just brilliant. Also, when we went in the station, it was so grimy and grubby, wasn't it? But Chris, there's also a picture of when that ducting started being introduced, and it all looked quite clean, didn't it?
Do you know what? It's just occurred to me what it is. It's all of that talk of Texan tuxedos at the start.
Can I just say, by the way, that reminds me of the Wild West.
Thanks, Sheriff. Okay, so this is from the 1960s. Do you fancy that job?
Oh, he's in there. I didn't even.
I didn't see
there's
that
a guy in there. That's brilliant. That is brilliant.
That is so tight. How skinny is that guy?
Yeah.
Well, let's hope he might be stuck.
As lean as you, Sids. You could squeeze in there.
I don't know. feel like I would struggle as well. I wouldn't. You'd have to pay me so much money for me to even just put my legs in there, not even my entire body. I'd
Do
be
you
like,
reckon this was the inspiration for Die Hard? As like crawling through a vent.
oh.
Do any of you feel like we've actually exited some of our site visits with that much dust on us as well?
What was it? York Road was pretty filthy, wasn't it? That was the one that really got us. Crikey. I mean, Laura actually had to wet wipe my face as we left. It was so dirty.
It needs to be done. There was a lot of dust.
What a friends for,
Exactly,
Alan?
babe. Exactly.
Sadly,
Exactly.
no footage survives of this.
Just so funny. Beautiful. Great little photograph.
I feel like there's a little challenge coming on to get Siddy in some form of party now.
This is gonna need some coaxing. I do not. I like. I'm completely fine in tunnels, but like in very confined spaces, absolutely a nut.
Season 4, episode 25, the ducting challenge.
Just me crawling into tight spaces and you guys laughing and watching.
Great.
Yeah, who can get the best?
Bring it back to the show just briefly.
Sorry.
I'm totally up for that particular format. It's just me, or is that the passageway that's actually now been bricked up with the post that survived?
I wondered that.
Oh, at the top.
I wondered that.
I think that's the doorway that we were stood on the other side of.
Yeah, that's what I wondered as well.
How's that?
Sleuthing, Nick. Very good.
Yeah, I did wonder because I was trying to think of anywhere which was out of service, which would have that staircase. And it's the only place I could think of anything that you showed us on those station plans. Was the only bit I could think of that would be do that. But marvelous. I wonder if I hope the guy's not still stuck in there. Look at the chocolate machine. We've got a chocolate machine.
Oh man, I'm hungry. I need some chocolate. What have we
Fruit
got?
and nut.
Nestle.
Fruit and nut.
Oh,
Greyhound racing.
really?
Look at that.
They're really pushing the greyhound racing, aren't they?
I've never been to the dogs. Have you?
Oh yeah.
Oh God, my whole life has been.
Yeah, I've been
every week, Saturday at 6 o'clock.
Oh yeah, career in tatters.
I don't know. I can't really. I don't know. To me, watching dogs race and knowing what happens to greyhounds after they finish their racing, there
are certain parts of the country, Sids, where they race ferrets. I wouldn't worry.
I don't know. I personally just don't agree with the ethos behind it, but I respect anyone who likes to go and watch that.
I just think that the last time I went to the dogs was indeed at Wimbledon, and like you, Siddy, I spent the evening sort of going, but what happens to them afterwards? And we almost went home. Well, we did go home, deciding whether we were going to adopt one of the dogs, because there was a couple of posters for rehoming dogs after they finished their career, and one of them was just such a very cute animal called Madge, with one ear slightly loppy, and was like, but we're in a flat at the time, so it wasn't possible. But yeah, that I totally agree with that.
Never let it be said that you don't get everything on the Hidden London Hang-Ups. We're also offering small pets for rehoming here, so do drop us an Instagram note. Look at this as well, Chris. I mean, I just really like the simplicity of the central line, really. It was, the white tiles just kind of work, don't they? Municipal looking, I suppose.
They do. There's a lot to like in here. I mean, you've got those classic lights up the top that we see in photos of this era dotted around. Create a rather nice soft light rather than the stark fluorescence. You've got a lovely old bit of signage there telling you that you're going to have to cross the road in order to interchange. And this is a photo taken really just before that modernisation begins. And then I know we've come up on this on a number of episodes recently, but of course in the days before your mobile phone,
call boxes,
you've got your varied rank of call boxes with public.
But also, Chris, a cloakroom, presumably because people would have luggage and they would want to offload it.
Yeah, you could do that. We saw that. Do you remember Tottenham Court Road? We saw there was a left luggage place, a sign in the ticket hall there.
Or could it be cloakroom? Could also be a changing room. Remember, like lots of people when they're traveling, they would wear traveling clothes because of the dirt and grime and whatnot. That would, they would be, be assaulted with, and then they would go and change into their,
Well, there
City
you go.
clothes.
Yeah, there you go, Patreons.
Be
Do a
an
bit of
impressive
research for us. Work out whether or not that was a toilet or a changing room or a left luggage office. That would be really handy. Thank you very much. Beautiful stuff. And next picture, Chris, is a poster collection again. Another montage from the days of the Metropolitan Railway.
Yeah, so feast your eyes on this lot.
There you go,
Ideal
News of the
milk.
World. News of the World screaming at people since year dot.
Yeah.
Now we've spoken about milk quite a bit there, and now there's the ideal milk. Got milk in a cow and whatnot.
Where are we going with this?
I know. I'm just going to leave this one.
I don't know, but I'm getting squeaky bum time. Where are we going next? There we go. News of the World, the newspaper. Until it's shut.
I want that lamp.
I was just about to say.
Oh yeah.
Let's see if we can get any closer in. That's lovely.
Beautiful.
Ah,
It's like
Cracking.
The
it's like
Crystal
one of those
Palace.
old glass buoys that you find, old sort of sea buoys. You know what I mean?
boy.
Is that a poster about
Right.
Crystal Palace?
Well,
Where are we going now?
It is, yes. It says the grounds are at present closed to the general public owing to the occupation of the Admiralty. You might have noticed
Ooh.
the sign about war bonds in the previous one of these that we
And
looked at.
also, just look at all the different boards for the different train companies.
yeah, I
as
was
well.
just thinking that.
LSWR, Southeastern, Chatham, just to the right of Notting Hill Gate, I think was Great Western Railways.
Yeah, it
London
was,
North
yeah.
Western Railway. It's really, it wasn't, I mean, there's so much to read. Why did you would have waited hours, wouldn't you, reading the platform before you even boarded a train?
So this must therefore be before 1924, because the London North Western was, merged with the LMSR in 1924, and so was the South and South Western. So, what year was this photograph from, Chris?
So this is 1919. This
Nice.
and it's a good reminder, isn't it? Because of all of these mainline railway companies that we can see on there, that the Metropolitan line really did collect, or the Metropolitan Railway rather, did connect up a lot of mainline railway stations.
Yeah, absolutely. Are you a sucker for ideal milk, Chris?
Oh.
It says concentrated. I'm not sure I quite fancy condensed milk. It's a bit
So
bit
yummy.
rich for me.
So yummy. Well, look, beautiful stuff. And then on my little notes here, it says lobby next. Oh, look at that. Oh, tea room, Law. Tea room.
No, buffet and tea room. I would have a cup of tea and a lovely scone with cream and jam right
Which
now.
one
Oh,
first?
me
Cream
too.
or jam first?
Well, I am a cream and then jam.
Me too. Me too.
I'm a jam then cream.
Are you, Chris?
They do
I'm a
exist. They do exist out there. It's
My
not for
father's from Devon, so it's definitely cream first, then jam. It's just like butter, surely.
Well, I thought that.
jam first, then
Well,
butter, would you?
Interesting.
Well, I guess the reason I would put cream first is because in Iceland we don't really have clotted cream, but we just use whipped cream, and putting whipped cream first would lose all of its fluffiness.
It would.
I agree. Whipped cream, that's the only way to do it. But
Perhaps
clotted
it's a cream issue. Maybe it's a type of cream. Interestingly, Chris, just to use your phrase, to get you back to the show, if you go to the left slightly, you'll notice a cigarette machine.
Yes.
And it really staggers me after everything that we know about, even the history, but also the bad things that have happened on the tube. They were selling cigarettes in tube stations.
Yeah, well, this is 1933. Everybody smoked, and it was a long time to go before smoking was to get banned.
But beautiful stuff. Beautiful.
With the buffet and tea room and the trains, are they like light boxes?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
I love the typeface as well, whatever they use.
Yeah, me too.
Really nice. I love it's a little bit Leslie Green. When it's parcels office and cloakroom, that's very Leslie Greenish, isn't it? Really, those tiles. Do you remember the ampersand?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Very sort of Leslie Green-esque almost. On the right-hand side, sorry, not the left, but the one that's on the right-hand side and slightly different.
Yeah.
I presume that's different. It's got like a flat top. Anyway, Alex, shut up. Final one is a cartoon, isn't it, Christopher?
Cheers. We've seen this artist before. This is Phil May, who specialised in doing kind of comedic cartoons, which were usually put on postcards. and represented the kind of the character of the area.
Mm.
So what do we take from this? What's the character of the area of Notting Hill?
Well,
Yellow
somebody
and red
Pretty
clash.
posh.
Yeah, yellow and red clash badly. I know that.
Well, I mean, it's quite posh. Like they're wearing very nice clothes, and the men are wearing kind of, you know, they're kind of potty, you know, they're kind of chubby and, you know, probably well-to-do, but a little bit country. Is it just me, or is the guy to the far right kind of reminds me of Matt Hancock?
God, here we go. And can I just say as well, the rather unfortunate dress design of the woman on the far left on that pinafore.
Alex Grundon, don't go there.
Yes. Isn't that a
Sorry, Laura, what did you think I
muffler,
might have meant by
the
that?
hand warmer?
Oh, you mean, oh, right.
Yeah,
okay.
that there. Nobody wants that pinny, do they?
Oh,
Wait, is
I-
that
I
just the
assumed it was a
design?
hand
Isn't that
warmer.
just the design of her hand warmer?
I think it's a hand warmer. It's a muffler.
It's a muffler.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Love it.
All right, Alex.
Oh, beautiful.
Gas and air.
Oh, dear God.
So
Ah,
the
Nick.
I guess Notting Hill Gate was always a slightly kind of edge of town, and you know, as Sidney was talking about at the start, it's slightly rural, villagey feel to it. So I'm guessing that's what the two guys chatting in the background are supposed to represent. But look at the size of the Goldie-looking chain that he's got for his pocket.
I don't also
They
like
well, isn't it?
brown suede shoes. They really, I'm not a fan. There's no
No.
summer that's hot enough for brown suede shoes.
Okay. Right. I'm going to
we've
cancel
really-
the
really
cancel your
explored
gifts
this
then.
Yes, we'll cancel the shoe order.
Oh boy, give me a second.
Delete, delete, delete.
Well, haven't we had a far-reaching discussion this episode?
Haven't we just? Cream on first, jam on later. Sounds like a carry-on line, doesn't it? Siddy, thank you so much as always, babe.
Thank you, Alex Grundon.
Thank you, Laura Hilton Brown. You were wonderful. Cream to come.
I think I've changed my mind. I think I'm with Siddy. I don't think I'm a cream first. I'm a jam first.
You're
Thank
That's
you.
outrageous.
You're so fickle.
I know
Cool.
it is. It's so long since I've had one. I've forgotten. But
me
yeah,
too.
lovely, lovely, lovely.
I know the feeling well. Chris Nix, as always, you're wonderful.
Yeah, well, bless you, right back at you. And I'm off to go and have a cream tea in my Texan tuxedo.
Oh, I really want one now.
just-
Me too. I might have one later.
Yeah.
Could you just photograph that, please? Because that would be beautiful. Have yourself a great day and stay safe.
That's the only thing about loads of lockdowns, isn't it? Your hair gets really, really long. I'm so glad to have managed to get a haircut. If you want to become a Patreon, all you've got to do is go to the LT Museum website and find out more. Various degrees and various amounts you can give to the museum to make it carry on doing its work. We'll be back next week. Have yourself a great day and stay safe.